NSFW, what's the best thing that happened to you in Truth or Dare? I got to see my friend's sister's boobs and watch him lick an electric fence all in the same day. Was dared to catch a frisbee in my teeth from across the yard. So, walked outside and across the yard. Girl wound up. Threw the frisbee. Figured this ought to be funny when it bounces off my face. And as a total ducking fluke, actually caught it in my teeth. We dared this girl to give a friend of mine a lap dance using the first song that came up when he shuffled his entire song library. Seems pretty normal until she had to give a 3-minute lap dance to Cats in the Cradle. Sherry was dared to spend 10 minutes in a dark room, nearby den, with a guy of her choice. She chose me. Turned out to be a setup. Her best friend knew that Sherry had a crush on me and made this happen. Anyway, it was the hottest, fastest make-out session to date for me. We were both naked above the waist and she had her hand in my zipper. At 10 minutes there was an unwelcome knock on the door. Crush sat on my lap the rest of the game. My lil soldier had a hard time staying focused. Good times though. After reading all of this I've decided duck Tinder/meet me I'm going to make a Truth or Dare app. I got to motorboat a girl's tits. It was in a hotel during a school sport trip. My best friend knew I liked her and did me a solid. Wasn't me but a girl was dared to mirror what I do. So I made her hug a guy I knew liked her. Got dared to ignore getting tits rubbed in my face for a minute. A boy can poker face like a champion. Best minute of my teenage life. Was sitting outside at a college campus and was dared to yell I love you to the next person I saw. I did and this dude yells it back and keeps walking. We go back and forth getting louder and louder as he walks off. Best reaction ever. So not best, but a Truth or Dare story nonetheless. 5th grade. Crush gets dared to kiss me. Crush looks at me and goes ew gross. He's fat. And that was that. If this is going to be copy and pasted in a BuzzFeed article please include this. Fuck you, Larry. I was about 12 at a friend's sleepover. I was dared to go home by a kid who didn't like me too much. I walked the 2 miles home and as I came to my driveway my older brother had just pulled in. He had 3 baby raccoons with him because he had hit their mother while delivering pizza. I got to spend the rest of the night with him. 3 raccoons and a cheese and pepperoni pizza watching Nightmare on Elm Street. I won $20 by doing a dare in which I ran outside in my underwear when it was sleeting outside. A guy told me I was beautiful and that he was too shy to always tell me that cause he thought I was way out of his league. Got to see a hot girl's tit imprints in the snow. Not too impressive I know. But teenage me had that picture engraved in my head for a while lol. Made out with, and low-key felt up, my older next-door neighbor. Had a crush on her for a while before then. So it's a very fond memory. I went to an acquaintance's birthday. We spoke maybe 10 times prior. After a while she was down to just her bra and panties. That's when she was dared to seduce me. Well, she was kind of awkward so her version of seduction was just to tackle me while we were both near naked. That was a great night and we're celebrating our 1st year of marriage next weekend. Someone dared me to kiss a lady that I happened to have a thing for anyway. It was a very long time before we stopped kissing. Dated her for 3 years. Great lady. Always a little sad it didn't work out. I was a late bloomer in HS. By the time I realized I may be attractive to anyone it was over. Our senior year party for an art magnet school. We played this. A girl I had a fairly solid crush on, popular cheerleader. A good friend, was asked who she had fantasized about, and I was the answer. 1. Blew my mind. 2. Gave me the guts to ask her out. 3. It was a horribly awkward silly lunch date. 4. Built my confidence a lot heading into college. A silly story. But it was a good one. I never got to play Truth or Dare but I did play Duck Duck Goose. It was not fun sitting there the whole time. Kissed the girl that would later become my first ever girlfriend. but is now my ex. It was a good 2 years though. A girl, I didn't have a crush on her. But she was nice, flashed me. She also let me fondle her boobies. I know it's lame considering some of the responses here, but that's what I got. So my hair is pretty long. My friends used me as a mop to clean the wet floor. It was a fun idea. Wasn't fun, but remembering it is a haha. My two straight male friends got in their underwear and scissored each other while singing Fancy Living. Here we come. From SpongeBob. I got to watch my middle school friend, it was winter, go down to the yard, strip to boxers and run a lap around the yard. Needless to say, we were all impressed and hysterically laughing. He did this in the middle of class BTW. I played Truth or Dare in a pub in my hometown. It was pretty normal for me and my friends and their friends to play that there because none of us were afraid to do anything except getting naked or something like that. I got a dare to kiss a girl to my right. Decided not to do so even though she was up for that. Later that evening I saw her with her boyfriend. I am relieved that I decided to dodge a bullet there. My then girlfriend dared our friend to do some sex stuff with me. I ended up leaving then GF for that girl. Me and that girl have now been together for 8 years. Married for 3. Have a beautiful daughter and hopefully another on the way soon. Best Truth or Dare game ever, smiley face. I was playing Truth or Dare with my sister's friends and I dared one of them to do something, and after one of them says you could have dared someone to kiss you and you would have gotten your first kiss. That immediately set a light off in my head, and later in the night I asked if I could kiss her and I did. So I got to kiss a really pretty girl. Not me, but I was at the circle doing it. One of the really hot girls there was dared to, without her hands, take the Invisalign out of the guy's mouth sitting next to, and have it in the entire night. Everyone went quiet and looked at her. Without hesitation grabs the guy, and with her tongue takes it out of his mouth and into hers. She was supposed to keep it in the rest of the night, but it didn't fit her properly and she only had it for about 30 minutes. Most ballsy thing I've ever seen someone do. Nothing good has ever happened playing this game. One time it ended with me licking a toilet seat. I hated it. Got to play my very first, and only, Truth or Dare game when I moved to the US for college. With a bunch of people who I would characterize as moderately to severely religious. I was not. But those were the first people I had met. So I went with it. Needless to say, it was tame and clean. Worst thing someone got dared to do was walk up to a stranger and sing the national anthem. Reading all the responses here, I never imagined the game could be so interesting and sexually charged. I definitely missed out. My friend dared the girl I had a crush on to kiss me. She stared at me and said I can't do it. He's too ugly, and the other girls said the same thing. I ended up being ignored for the rest of the game. Good times, smiley face. At a birthday sleepover, I was dared to kiss this girl and we both were like I never backed down from a dare. So we did a quick peck and were like EEOS show in front of everyone. Later, when everyone else was asleep, we made out in a closet for a very long time. I learned I was a lesbian then. It was a girl's 19th birthday party and my buddy from high school was there. Everyone was being lame and awkward, so I suggested Truth or Dare. The game went on for a while, but people were getting progressively more naked and horny as most of them were drinking. I was the DD for another friend at the party and the people staying were getting raunchier, so we split. The birthday girl and my high school buddy hooked up and they've been together for about 7 years now and have a daughter together. Got dared to kiss my back then HS crush. Couldn't do it, not because I'm kinda shy but because it was my crush, so I denied and got booed out. She later came to check up on me and asked if I wanna do it. Now that the others weren't around. Of course I said yes and we kissed. First on the cheek. Then normally. Afterwards she giggled and told me she liked it. There never came anything from it, but I still think of her quite a lot these days.